Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. I'm with Ben.
Hello everyone, it's me again.
He's got a brand new, beautifully made Australian guitar.
I do, and I thought I'd bring it today for a bit of show and tell, just for a bit of again promoting some Aussie builders. I just did a video on my own channel with a new Prattley electric guitar, and I just got this in the mail, which is my custom Charles Cilia. How's that? the unfocused Charles Cilia custom stalk-in, and I just thought I'd bring it along today, just for a bit of show and tell, and to kind of walk you guys through what the process is like of getting a custom guitar built to your specs. And the thing sounds mint. As you can see, it was nice and glossy, and now it's all fingerprints and stuff, because I literally haven't stopped playing it. I got back from tour on Tuesday morning, and this arrived Tuesday afternoon, and I was jet lagged and I haven't slept for 3 days or something, and I just opened it up and I was playing it for forever. And the mark of how good this guitar is I was playing it, and it came stock with whatever strings that Charles put on it, and I was playing it, and then on the Wednesday, so the day after, I snapped the high E string. And usually it takes, 10 minutes to restring? You know, you just take 10 minutes out of your day and get some new strings on. I thought, bugger that, I'm not stopping playing it. And I just kept playing with 5 strings for about 3 days. And I was like, this is getting a bit ridiculous now. I should probably get my own elixirs on it. But
yeah, nice.
It's a corker of a thing. So I spoke to Charles a couple of years ago at this point at the Melbourne Guitar Show. And I spoke about sort of specs, and I then emailed him with a list of things that I wanted. Mm-hmm. The main things that I wanted really pertain to the neck. So what I've got here is a 41mm nut, which is narrower than most. for those in Australia, you would know Jack Jones or Erwin Thomas, who was in Southern Sons and the John Farnham Band for a while. Absolutely monstrous guitar player, virtuosic guitar player, and virtuosic vocalist as well. He's just out of this world good. But he has a signature Cilia, and the neck on that is this kind of, not baseball bat, but it's big and chunky. And a friend of mine, Jason, bought one at the Melbourne Guitar Show, and that's actually what sparked me getting this in the first place. He got one.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know what the rules are. If you buy one, I have to buy one.
So this is not sponsored, by the way. He actually
it's not
bought this.
sponsored,
This
no.
is all made to Ben's specs, and he paid for it. So,
I paid out my backside for this, and it was worth every penny and more.
I got to say too, I don't mean to cut you off.
Please.
You showed me this, you took it out of the gig bag, and I picked it up, and I said, this is one of the nicest necks I've ever seen. One of the nicest necks I've ever seen is one of my Kiesel guitars, and this is right up there, man. This is easily as good. I was stunned at how nice it is. I actually said, it looks better than most Sir guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was like really, really shocked at this neck. So it's absolutely beautiful.
And we'll get some B-roll of that so you can,
always.
So you can be jealous of my nice Cilia guitar.
Yeah.
So I sent through the email with all of the specs. So the neck, I wanted it hardtail. Mm-hmm. So this is actually, he fabricated this bridge.
Okay.
It was to the spec of a man-made USA PRS hardtail thing. Because I'm a PRS, I love PRS guitars, and I think their hardware is some of the best. So the John Mann bridge, we actually ordered one, but there were issues, so it's not a man-made bridge. But Charles actually just got sick of waiting and said, hey man, so we've got two options, because I'm sick and tired of waiting for this bridge to rock up. You can use the one that I usually use, or I can just fabricate you one to the spec of the one that you want. And I said, do that. I don't care how much work it is for you.
Yeah, nice.
And he did it, and it's just so tidy. HSS pickups, which are his own, they sound amazing. Wow. I've got the Illich noise reduction system in there. It's not, I think they call it a noiseless system, but it's noise reduction. It's about 80-90% of the single coil noise kind of gone. Locking tuners, of course, and I went with loom inlay side dots.
I almost asked you about that. They look familiar.
Yes. So do you have them on your keys?
I do.
Yes.
Yep.
Now for me, I do a lot of like musical theatre pit work. Sometimes for pits, you're not in the actual theatre pit. You're in a separate room and whatever. So you've got the lights on and it's fine. But other times when you're in the pit, you've got no light other than your sconce or your iPad if you're using an iPad for the book. And there's been a few occasions where I've been reading the book, and because you're reading the book, you're not looking at the guitar. So you're reading the book and going, oh, there's this big section, 3 or 4 ledger lines up, and I've got to be here. And you kind of shoot for it, and you look down and you go, my hand's close enough, and then you're a semitone off or something like that.
That happens to me when I can see the fretboard.
But I just thought, well, if I'm in the dark and I don't have,
it makes-
and I'm not actually able to see the neck,
Yep.
but I've only had the one gig with it, and that was an outdoor gig with my friend Royal Drew, just for her. She's got an album coming out, some singles and stuff, so I played a little backyard gig for that, and it was dark, and I could see my neck. It was great. Like, this is about as close to a signature guitar as I've gotten with any of my custom things, or anything that I have. But the coolest thing is this. You'd think this is a coil split.
That's
For
what
the
I thought
humbucker.
it was. Yeah.
It's not that.
Okay.
It's a blow switch. Bypasses all of the electronics. Bridge pickup straight wide to the output jack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Which I thought was kind of going to be a bit useless. But there's this song that we play with Claymore called Ready for the Storm. And it's this like 4-position volume backed off with like a dotted 8th note delay kind of thing. And I'm on that sound and then I have to flick straight to a solo sound. So instead of doing the tap dancing and the volume knob and the bridge and whatever, you just flick that and you're at that sound. And then you flick it back because you've got to come straight out of that solo part into the kind of low gain rhythm part.
Yeah, cool, man.
And I was like, far out, that's actually genuinely helpful. And I didn't think I'd ever spec something with a blow switch on. But now that I have it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I got a push button on one of my guitars that does that. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just go loud without having to do anything
Yeah,
else.
it's so helpful. We're making really cool guitars in Australia.
Yep.
This is, I think, the top of the heap. Again, I haven't stopped playing it since, and I've got Surs, I've got PRSs. I'm really, really lucky to have a heap of high-end kit, and I haven't picked up one of my Surs since. I haven't actually picked up another one of my guitars, really, since, which is...
I totally get it. I'm in the same position where I'm playing my Kiesel a lot. It's kind of benched most of the other guitars that
Yeah.
look like that in my collection. I don't even want to play them because of that guitar.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's so...
it's a great feeling to find something that's a bit different too, rather
Yeah.
than the same old stuff.
Yeah,
You know, it's
absolutely.
All right, so there you have it. That's the Charles Cilia electric.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff, man.
Thanks, dude.
If you want to check out Ben's channel, I'll link it up here or down there or somewhere, and you can sub to him as well. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for watching. Catch you soon.
Cheers.